Welcome back to the channel, and we have a wonderful episode this week as we were down on Dell Hollow last weekend camping, and I was able to fish and get some great footage. And all of the footage that you'll see today is off of new structure that I found this weekend. I went and I fished, checked water that I had never been in before. Was down in Tennessee, and I had never fished Tennessee before, and that is all from that. And you see right here picking up a fish. It was actually beside of the brush pile. The school was holding off beside of the brush pile, but we got some great footage. We're also midway through the video. We're going to be talking about our giveaway, so be sure to stay tuned in for that. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. It just lets you know when we upload new videos. And if you enjoy the video, hit the like button. If not, don't do anything at all. We sure do appreciate it. But going to do a lot of voiceover for this. These are some of the fish that I caught. This is from the first day of fishing, and didn't do a lot of filming. Just went and actually fished with my dad, and he's a little camera shy, so we didn't do as much filming with him on there. But we had a big time, caught a bunch of fish, and we're getting ready to go into day 2, coming right now. And here is day 2. This is the first fish I caught on day 2, and it was a good one. I didn't have the camera rolling yet, but here comes the second fish, and you can see we're in deep water there, and you can see it's 30 foot deep. And what we're fishing right there, just not a whole lot to it. I don't know specifically what it is, what type of structure it is. It is down there, and that was a decent little 8-9 inch fish, but you can see several big signatures coming off of this pile. And warm water temperatures, which I'm sure down 30 feet deep, it's a lot colder. But that is and of course Dell Hollow, it's a very deep lake, very clear watered lake. And if you have seen many of our episodes, you know that a lot of times when we're fishing Dell Hollow, especially where we fished last winter, we were fishing Dell Hollow, we could make a cast, and we were fishing them deep in the winter too, and those fish a lot of times would see that bait from a long ways away and come and hit it. And we did not see that as much this week. These fish this weekend were definitely holding a lot closer to maybe to the structure at times, and we're not moving as far. But there's several really good signatures right there, and not sure what they are, but they're definitely moving around. You can see that pile is lit up as those signatures are coming in and out of the structure. And of course you can see it's a nice morning. There's not a whole lot of chop on the water, but just enough wind. You can see the line there and how it's arced. Got it kind of sitting behind it. But watch here as the action begins to unfold. Several big signatures, and I'm just trying to get that line, and boom, whoop, I got him. And as you can see, get him right there close to the top of the water, and then he makes a run, and he just takes off running. And I know that don't have the sound going. Of course, you can listen to the radio on your boat, but if you want to put it on YouTube, that's a no-no. You can see this fish has this pole doubled over, and it's giving that 10-foot loose speed stick a workout. And which you have to understand, I'm using a 32nd ounce head, so there's not a whole lot of hook there. So I can't put a whole lot of pressure. We're using I believe we're using 8-pound test fluorocarbon leader with a 12-pound braid is the main line. But very fortunate here that this fish stayed in the view of the live scope, and you can see as we're wrestling that fish, you get to see a lot of the of the fish pulling, and I'm just trying to give it line because I'm using the live scope there. I can see that he's not going to get hung anything. Right there at the beginning, I put a little more pressure than what I'd like to because he made a run at the pile, and I didn't want it getting down stuck in the pile. So I did apply a little bit more pressure to keep him from that. Watch here, I believe he's going to make his appearance as he's coming up. Keep him. It's going to be right there in the left side of the screen. And there he goes, makes that jump. And I was excited. I'd felt the pressure on it, and then didn't know what it was going to be. You know, I'd caught a lot of catfish on other lakes, and didn't necessarily think that this was going to be a catfish, and it wasn't. It turns out to be a brown fish. And I am not going to lie, when it jumped out of the water, I thought it was a big brown fish. And it is. It's a great fish. And I expected on this trip that I would be casting to everything. Is every time that I normally fish on Dale, very seldom do I ever jig fish. Most of the time I cast. So I left all but 2 of my jigging poles at the house. Don't have either of my 14-footers with me. No. I only brought 2 10-footers and brought all my casting rods. And from early on in the first day, we caught some casting, but nothing good. Learned that it was going to be a much easier, and we were going to have a lot more success using the jig poles. So I only have those 2 10-footers, but just kind of wrestling in there, and I've about got him more out there. So I don't have him. I just brought the little net for the casting poles, and lo and behold, there is. I'm using the big one, but I was able to go ahead and get him in. As you can see, I was very excited. It was a blast. Love catching fish, don't care what species they are, and was able to net that brown fish there, and it was just right 19 inches, a little over 19 inches, and you see how easy that bait came out. So I'm very fortunate to stay hooked up, and of course with the way that rod is set up, it is very limber, but you know, it's able to keep constant pressure on that fish without applying so much pressure, you know, that those smaller hooks pull out or different things like that. So that was great, and got him. This is the early morning part of the trip, and was tickled to get that fish in. That was really cool. Great footage of it. Here we're going over another brush pile. After catching that fish, that brush pile that we'd caught it off of was it had you know, we didn't have any more luck off it. And then this one here would have been the next fish we caught, and we just had got a text. And look at him make this run. I mean, this is just great. You know, a lot of these other lakes we don't see these crappie, and I had thought that maybe it was another smallmouth whenever it began stripping, drag, and going down as hard, but definitely a nice sized crappie there. And we just got a text that breakfast was done, and we were able to hook that fish right there and find out about breakfast.
Soothes the fish. That is awesome. And I just got a message that breakfast was done, so we're gonna go get us a little food. Just barely. There wasn't much on the down imaging when we went over it, but there was like 2 fish sitting there, and I think one of them might have been a brown fish. And actually, when this one made its run, I thought it was gonna be a brown fish, but no, another good quality crappie. Oh man, it's just fat. I don't think I can get it in here. It is under 14, but not by a lot. I'm gonna stick it on the scale.
Hey everyone, I hope you're all enjoying the video, and if you've been keeping up with the channel, you know that we were kicking around the idea of a giveaway, and we had proposed that idea in the last video that we published, and we're excited to announce that we are going to do the giveaway, and we have some exciting news about that. Our friends at SuperClean are going to be donating a care package, and we're going to be sending out some SouthernSlab baits to one lucky winner. And the way that you are qualified for the giveaway, because we will be doing a drawing, but the way that you qualify for the giveaway is be sure that you're subscribed to the channel, like this video, and then comment on this video. And what we want you to do, there's a little bit of homework to it, is you need to go to SouthernSlabCrappie.com, look at their baits, and in the comment on this video, tell which bait and color was your favorite. And also, we've got this SuperClean product. Leave a comment of something that you would like to see if SuperClean can get rid of. You've seen that we've used it on the boat to clean fish grime. We've also used it around the house to clean the siding on our house, and it's also great for cleaning your wheels, like on your vehicles and stuff. And you can check out their website. They've got a ton of things this is good for. Just looking on the back, they say that, you know, it gets rid of brakes or brake dust and clean brakes, stuff like that. And it's stout. It's very potent. Make sure that you follow all of their recommendations when using it. But it's great. But we'll be but to be qualified for this giveaway, you have to be part of the Continental 48. So for our friends in Alaska and Hawaii, I'm sorry we can't include you in this giveaway. Maybe we'll be able to work something out in the upcoming. And our friends that are outside of the United States, we can't qualify you for this giveaway, but we still would love to hear from you. And what we'll be doing is this video, as it goes live, then, or whenever it's uploaded, you'll see it. Leave the comment with your favorite bait and color and something that you would like to clean with the SuperClean, and that will get you into the drawing. And that's not it. Kind of as a bonus incentive, if you will, if this video can get 5,000 views before the drawing, and this video is going to go up on Sunday morning, and we will do the drawing. We'll give it a week and a half. We're going to do the drawing on not the Wednesday following when it goes up, but the next Wednesday we will do the drawing. And if this video has 5,000 views, I'm going to throw in a 7-foot Lew's medium light rod. And this is the rod that I primarily used yesterday when I was fishing Del Hollow. I didn't get any filming done. I was had a big time just catching fish, but used this rod to catch a lot of fish. Probably one of the biggest messes that we've caught this year, and was able to, I mean, it handled a 175 and several other crappie well over a pound. Handled them really well, had great action, was able to feel with it, maneuver, you know, right over and through the brush without hanging the jig, and a great rod. But it's that's kind of the kicker, is this video is going to have 5,000 views for me to throw this rod in. But make sure you leave your comment and you're subscribed, and what we'll do is we'll put everyone who leaves a comment into a hat. It'll be very old school. I will physically write down the username or whatever for that comment, and then in the video after the drawing, we will announce who that winner is by that screen name. You'll need to make sure that you've watched that to see if you have won, and then once we've announced the winner, you'll have a week to 2 weeks to send us an email with your address. I don't want everybody putting their address in the comment block, so whenever we've announced the winner, that winner will have you know, a week to 2 weeks to send us an email with their address, and we'll get that shipped out. And if for whatever reason that doesn't happen, then we will redraw. But thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and we're going to get you back to the footage.
And we're back. So if you look right there where I'm pointing, that is a brush pile, and as you can see, there wasn't a whole lot there, you know, you're not really standing out a whole lot, but look at what it's going to turn out to be sitting on that bottom. See, there's 2 big fish kind of off of it, and I'm, as you can see, my bait's there at the top. I'm just approaching it, and that is, you know, sometimes, which I think in that particular one, let me go back and look. So I went back and looked, and that was 100 feet on the side scan. So, you know, when you have 100 feet out there, a 10-foot brush pile is only going to be, you know, 10% of that, of what that is that you're going to see. So it may not appear like a whole bunch on the side scan, but if it's a difference and you can see that, you know, go out and check on it. And as you can see here, there's definitely some fish on here, definitely a lot. Some good signatures. Got one come up there to the egg sinker, but the one that come to the egg sinker had another one come up and get a hold of it right there. As you can see, it's putting some pressure right there, and we just flip it on in. That's a good fish, definitely worth putting the time in. And like I said, I did not have a mark on that spot, had never been there in my life, and
fish.
Using side scan to locate fish. As you can see, got that beat down outdoors mount stretched up there. That way I'm able to see, because you could tell it's just, you know, we're got it pushed out, and I know I don't have it on this unit, but I believe it's pushed out to 35 feet down. So that's a lot more than what we normally do, and there's quite a bit of chop on the water. Not so much from the waves. There was a little bit of wind, but there was a lot of boats out there. This is a Saturday, and there's a lot of boats out there. So even though that I just barely can't see my egg sinker and bait there, I know I'm in the right area, and I'm trying to, you can look down in that bottom screen, you see that I'm beginning to rock quite a bit, but I'm just trying to hold that, and there comes that fish into the frame, and boom. It's you don't really, it's just a little difference. There wasn't, you know, it wasn't like it was thumping it or knocking it real good. I had that net, I got it pitched down there, and that fish was actually kind of coming up, so I was afraid he was about to spit. So I was able to hold pressure to him there and go for the scoop and score. As you can see, it's a decent fish right there.
Work. We got him out of there. Look at that.
So after catching that good fish, we'll go looking for another brush pile, and as you've seen there on the side imaging, that was it. And this is what it looks like on the Livescope, and this is the only actual Livescope footage we were able to get. As you can see, the rain is starting to come down, but we were able to get that fish off of there. And I mean, you can see there's blue sky, so I'm looking at it, and what's going through my head is I'm hot, it's not going to rain that much. So I did get the camera put down. You can see that the Livescope camera, the one that's on it is now off the tripod, and I've got it put in the watertight bag, but the rain is not letting up, and you can see that Cabela's guide wire, I'm able to get it on quick, and here's just a montage of the beat down that we were able to put on those crappie during this rainstorm. So as you can see, it's always important to have the right equipment, and having that rain suit, I was able to stay dry. And I left the pants on just because I was going to sit down in that seat and figured it would be wet. But this is the last better fish I think I caught on the trip, and as you can see, it's putting up a pretty good fight. But after this one here, I went to a couple other piles and stuck several more little fish, but didn't see any need in making this video any longer than what it was. So we'll finish up today with this one here, but I hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to go back and check out what you need to do to be eligible for that giveaway, and we're going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap it up talking about my equipment that I used for this day. And thanks for watching.
So these two rods here are primarily what I caught them on this weekend. The 10-foot Lew's Wally Marshall speed stick and the 10-foot. These are medium light action. I was using the SouthernSlab Spitfire. I started out with salt and pepper, and whenever that ran out, I went to, I believe it's the Pearl White. And I'm using 12-pound braid. I was using a 6-pound leader. I kept breaking off, so I went to an 8-pound leader, and it didn't seem to hurt anything. So always go heavier if you can. So I had a big time on Del Hollow Lake this weekend. Got to catch several fish. It was a lot of fun camping. As you can see, I don't know if you can see behind me, looks like it's raining pretty hard over there, but we're going to go ahead and head in. I think it's going to stay on that end of the lake. We're going to go the other way. But the bait that we used that caught the most fish was the SouthernSlab Spitfire. We used it in salt and pepper, and when we ran out of salt and pepper, then we went to, I believe it's Pearl White, but I'm not for sure. But it was a good mix. They didn't bite it as well as they did the salt and pepper, but it was close enough that we were still able to get bit. Landed several good fish, lost a couple good ones, and but did not boat any 2-pounders. But we found, I mean, everything we fished, I believe it's on camera, was new, something new that we found this weekend. I did go up yesterday up into Wolf, where I had fished before, and fished some of the stuff that I'd fished in previous, caught some decent fish, but come to the other end of the lake and fished some stuff that I'd never fished before. Spent a lot of time just side scanning, looking for new structure, new places to fish, but was it ceases to amaze me that I can come out to a place in water that I've never been on, never had my boat on, and use the technology, this Garmin, and not just the Livescope. I mean, the Livescope is grand. It's definitely what helps me catch the most fish. But without the side scan, I'd be in trouble, because I mean, it's a huge lake, and to be able to zone in and use the side scan to find structure, that is awesome. And I'm not a Garmin rep, but that's what I use, and it was very beneficial to me this weekend. The trolling motors, Garmin Force, they done really well. You've seen, the poles and the bait, but had a big time, and looking forward to coming back.